Close your eyes, relax, and enjoy the story. The Whispering Hour. The clock on the mantelpiece clicked over to 11:00 p.m. Outside, rain tapped a steady, rhythmic cadence against the glass, blurring the city lights into soft smudges of neon. Leo sat in his favorite armchair, a lukewarm cup of tea resting between his palms. For the past week, exactly at 11, it would begin. A faint musical chime echoed through the floorboards, not from a clock, but from somewhere deep within the structure of the old house. It was followed by a sound like dry leaves scraping across stone. Tonight, Leo was determined to find the source. He set his tea down and stood up, the floorboards groaning softly under his weight. He grabbed a small pocket flashlight from the kitchen drawer and walked into the narrow hallway. The air grew noticeably cooler as he approached the closet under the stairs, a cramped, dusty space usually reserved for winter coats and old suitcases. The chime rang out again, clearer this time. It was coming from behind the back wall of the closet. Leo pushed aside the heavy wool coats. He pressed his hand against the wooden paneling at the back. To his surprise, the wood gave way with a soft click, revealing a narrow, hidden latch. He disengaged it, and a section of the wall swung inward on silent, well-oiled hinges. Beyond lay a spiral stone staircase, winding down into pitch-black darkness. Holding his breath, Leo stepped through the opening. The beam of his flashlight cut through decades of undisturbed dust. He descended carefully, counting 30 steps until his feet hit a solid concrete floor. He was in a room that didn't exist on any blueprint of his house. The room was filled with clocks. Thousands of them. Pocket watches hung from the ceiling on silver chains. Grandfather clocks lined the walls like silent sentinels. Tiny, intricate brass gears turned openly on long wooden tables. But none of them showed the correct time. Some hands spun rapidly backward, while others seemed to crawl at a microscopic pace. In the center of the room sat a massive, glowing glass hourglass. Instead of sand, it was filled with brilliant, swirling blue light. "You're late," a voice echoed from the shadows. Leo gasped, dropping the flashlight beam to the floor. An elderly man in a tailored, charcoal gray suit stepped into the light. He had sharp, kind eyes and silver hair that seemed to catch the ambient blue glow of the hourglass. "Who are you?" Leo managed to ask, his voice trembling. "What is this place?" "I am the caretaker," the man said, gesturing to the room. "And this is the reservoir. You see, Leo, time isn't a river that just flows. It's a resource. It gets wasted, lost, and sometimes stolen. My job is to collect the minutes people throw away. Leo frowned, stepping closer to the massive hourglass. Wasted time. Think about it, the caretaker smiled faintly. The 10 minutes you spend staring blankly out the window before getting out of bed. The 5 minutes you spend waiting for a train, lost in a daydream. The moments where your mind wanders completely. That time doesn't just vanish. It drifts here. The caretaker walked over to a workbench and picked up a delicate glass vial, capturing a stray wisp of blue light that drifted from the hourglass. "Why keep it?" Leo asked, fascinated. "Because occasionally the world runs out of time," the caretaker replied softly. "A doctor needs 5 more minutes to save a life. A writer needs 1 last hour to finish a masterpiece before they pass. An estranged father needs just 10 more minutes to say goodbye. When those moments happen, I tap into the reservoir and give it back to the world." Leo looked at the swirling blue light, seeing faint, fleeting images within it. Smiles, tears, quiet moments of realization. He realized how many hours he had squandered, wishing for the future or regretting the past. "Why did I hear the chime?" Leo asked. "Because your reservoir is full, Leo. You've spent the last year living in autopilot, letting your days slip by without truly tasting them. The house was warning you. You are running low on present moments." The caretaker handed Leo a small, unlit brass pocket watch. It had no hands, just a smooth, mirrored face. "Take this. Every time you find yourself drifting away from the right now, look at your reflection in it. Remember that the present is the only time that actually belongs to you." Leo blinked, looking down at the heavy brass watch in his palm. When he looked up, the caretaker was gone. The glowing hourglass, the thousands of clocks, the vast basement, all vanished. He was standing back in his hallway, leaning against the open door of the coat closet. The rain had stopped. The house was entirely silent. Leo looked down at his hand. The brass watch was still there, cool and heavy against his skin. He looked at his reflection in the mirrored surface, took a deep, deliberate breath of the crisp night air, and smiled. For the first time in a very long time, he was exactly where he wanted to